I've got this Brachypalma albipalossum, or not Brachypalma albipalossum. It's a titty cow. It's a cow boob. Titty cow albipalossum. Yeah, that's just stick a comment down below how to actually physically pronounce that word. But anyway, I've got this tarantula. I put it in this nice little enclosure, fully bioactive. I made it up, looked beautiful. And then I put the female tarantula in there, and I've not seen her since. That's basically it. I can't find her. Now, she's burrowed underneath the actual burrow. You see this piece of cork back? That's the actual burrow. And then she's just basically gone in there, kicked out all of the substrate from underneath there and blocked it off. So I picked it all out when I first saw that, and I moved it over into the corner, into that back corner, and then she'd done it again. She just kept kicking out the substrate, and she's basically blocked herself in. And I've not seen her for around about 3 weeks now. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to take that enclosure apart and try and find this tarantula. And I've got this other setup that I've got to make, which is basically just a flatter tub, and where I can keep a better, closer eye on her, and I can actually see her out and about. She hasn't burrowed and hidden away or anything like that. But there's some problems and some complications with this. She could be in pre-molt. She could be actually molting. There could be an issue when if she has molted, she could have died through the molt. So we're just going to go through this enclosure, try and find absolutely everything. There's a little plant in this enclosure, so I'm going to move that into the actual new enclosure. I've got Lewis's little hide I want to put in there, and I've just got a few little bits and bobs, some odds and sods that I want to move into the new enclosure. It's only a tub, but it's going to look a lot better and give her a lot more floor space. Let's go. The first thing to do is find out where this new enclosure is going to go, because normally it would go up here. However, it's a little bit too big, and I want to showcase this one a little bit. So how do we find out the perfect location for this? Well, there's a couple of things we need to look at. One, I want a day and night routine for this specific animal to add the enrichment. So I want it to get light from the natural window, which is just there on the other side of the actual reptile room. So basically anywhere in this room. That's why it's such light coloured paint in here, to reflect the light around this room. So as soon as the light comes through that window, there's no curtains. No, see, no curtains. As soon as the light comes through that window, it's a natural sunrise, the natural day. It doesn't provide the UVB because UVB doesn't travel through light, through glass. But we need to find the right place. So I need that day and night routine. I also want to have the temperature. Now I need to have a hot side and a cold side. Everybody says they can live at room temperature perfectly fine, and they can. But if you can add that little bit extra enrichment, that's going to benefit your animal perfectly. Now, since my dubia colony is no longer on top of Diego's enclosure, I've got his heat bulb there. There's Diego just there, loving life with his new UVB setup. So I'm thinking on top of there might be an absolutely amazing contender. So I want to get the temperature gun. It's going to sit that sort of way. So let's have a look. 85 there, slowly decreasing down. So that would be absolutely perfect for an all-round decent temperature for him. I've also got obviously the space up here, but the space up here is way too cold for my personal liking. It's going to be that tarantula that's in there that we're going to be getting out. So let's check what the temperature is there. Again, not exactly amazing, so I don't really want to do that. Those enclosures are not on heat bulbs, so I haven't got the kinetic heat running up and through. I can go into this enclosure just here with obviously the heat cable there, but I want to use those enclosures with the baby dubia roaches that are on there. So that's a bit out of the sort of limelight. What about over here? 55 again, not absolutely amazing. So this looks like the best spot. Let's have a look. There we go, 84 ranging down to around about 73, which is perfect. Further down here, this is like further away from the actual heat spot. So this is where I'm going to put it. There we go. So what's the first step for that little enclosure just there? Now we have to build it up. So we've got the layers of substrate. I like to compact the substrate down on layers so that it's a bit more firm. He can burrow in if he needs to. So I've got to put the substrate in, I've got to put all the decor in, I've got to get a water bowl in there, and I've got to let it get to the ambient temperature that that spot provides. So I want to let that get up to the temperatures that he will thrive at, and then as soon as he goes into that enclosure, he will be able to explore, find the hot side, the cool side, find out which spot is absolutely perfect for him. So I'm going to start now with some substrate. So the substrate I've got, guys, is in a tub over here. I've got these few bits, that's leaf litter, so I'll get that over here. And the next one down here is my substrate. Right, so let me show you this substrate. This is just a mix of, we've got cocoa fibre, we've got topsoil, we've got a bit of sand in there, we've got a bit of horticultural charcoal in there, and that is it. It's absolutely perfect. This is jam-packed with isopods, springtails. We've only got dwarf isopods in this mix, just so it doesn't attack it. The tarantula can't eat any of them. We've got a lot here because we use this for a lot of different, this is our sort of go-to basic substrate. If we want to add it into an arid species enclosure, we just add a bit more sand in there and a few other bit of micro fodder and stuff like that. But that is absolutely perfect. The leaf litter biodegrades down nicely. That's great food for all the springtails. It's great enrichment. The tarantulas can hide underneath it, on top of it. It's just an all-round amazing substrate that I like to use. So I'll just grab a load, chuck it in. There we go. We've got some sticks in there as well. I like to, for these smaller species, I do like to break the sticks up a little bit. Get it in there. Now, at first, it's a bit dry. So I'm going to get just an inch or so in the bottom. Get the spray gun and give it a mist. Just a nice, gentle mist. And I'm going to mix all this up and compact it down. Because in the natural habitat, that's what they have. It's nice and compact. Get it all mixed up nicely and then level it all off and then proper force it down so that it's nice and compact. If he wants to burrow in it, he can. It's not too loose. It's just, that's what natural earth is like. It's firm at the bottom and a bit looser on the top. So just keep going nice and gentle. Then add a bit more on. With this species, they have not so much a soft substrate on the top, but they don't have it as dusty as this. So what I'm going to do is quite fascinating, I think, anyway. Actually, I want a bit more in there, actually. Let's get a bit more over this side, because I want this side to be the sort of more humider side. Right. Because in the wild, if they want humid, they'll go and get humidity from various aspects, whether it be hides and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a gentle mist over the whole thing. Just a nice gentle mist. And then one side, I'm going to go a little bit more. Now this side is going to be the cold side of the enclosure, just so it doesn't evaporate too much and cause too much humidity. But that's it. That's the substrate. Now when I leave that on the hot spot and stuff like that for it to get up to ambient temperature, it'll all absorb in nicely. Let's move on to the actual decor. Firstly, it's only a small tarantula, so I want to use the small coconut hide. This side is the cold side, so I want this sat. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to burrow down a little bit, just like that. Push it up the back, and then I could put it in on an angle, and then loosely put it all up. So there's different lengths, different heights, different textures, and he can go in. Hopefully he doesn't go in and then burrow down and block himself off like he has done in that one just there. I have got, let's have a look for some little bits of cork bark. Oh, there's a lovely little archway there, so I can use that as a hide. I will put this hide, do you know what, actually, I'm going to put it there so it's at an angle, so I'll move it around a bit just like that. And I want to clear this side just here so that I can have like a bit of a peephole in there. So if I don't know where he is, I can have a look in the peephole and just see if he's there. And let's drop that just like that. Open that up, pack it in from the edges, just like that. Leave that end open, and look, I'll show you the peephole now. Just in there, you can see right up through the actual enclosure. It's got this little tiny little stubbly piece, which is great for him to just sort of stick some little webs on if he needs to. I'll drop that in the corner there. These are just little cuttings of pothos plants, which I'm going to batter the ends up a little bit, so hopefully they will root out nicely. There you go. And I will put this, let's have a look. This is the hot side. They might thrive a bit better in the hot side. And I'll drop that straight down on there like that. I've got this one as well. Again, pinch the end, split it so that it'll root a bit easier. I'll drop it in the same spot. And I've got this little root system from, again, another little pothos plant. Give it a spray, because let's face it, everyone likes water. But I've got over here a box full of sticks and a couple of nice looking sticks. I mean, look at how nice that looks. I actually went and collected these about a year ago and I've not really had a good use for them. So I'll have that. Do you know what, actually? I'm going to stick it in like that so it's up on an angle, compact it down around that area so it's a bit more sturdy. So I've got that little runaway sort of hide area underneath it. It can go under, it can climb on top, and it's just a nice little area. Now these, again, you can tell I've had these for about, can I peel some of this lovely bark off to give it, if I can get a big chunk of bark off, that would look absolutely stunning in here. But it doesn't look like I can. Can I twist it off? Oh, there we go. And again, that wood that I've just put, this is going to look amazing. Look at that. Like, this wood's going to be absolutely great for the cleanup crew because they love to eat white rotten wood. So I'll sprinkle some of that around. Do some over there. Absolutely amazing. But look at that now. That's a stunning piece of wood. But where can I put it? Oh yeah. Make a little hole down there. Drop it just like that. Pack it in around it so it's a bit sturdy. Absolutely stunning. And I think that's pretty much about ready. And then all we do is drop it on its new home just there, and we simply just leave it to settle in. Let the whole enclosure just settle in really nicely, and then we can try and basically find the tarantula that's in there, if he's still alive, and move him over to there. Can you imagine all this effort I've put into building that up, and imagine if that tarantula actually is dead. I'm going to go to work for a 9-hour shift driving a bus. When I come back, that'll be at the perfect temperature. I'll be able to get the hopefully find the tarantula. If he's okay, move him into that enclosure. So, off to work for a few hours. It's going to be 3 seconds for you. It's going to be 8 hours for me. And I'm done. And when I come back in, I need to remember that when I go to the reptile shop before I go to work, to bring the rodents home and stick them in the freezer. Otherwise, they thaw out. So we'll do some snake feeding in a bit as well. Why not? But now we've got to get that enclosure out. It's night time, so the lighting's not that very good now. And we've got to see if we can find that tarantula. And then we've got to try and catch that tarantula if he's still in there. Or if he's not there, then try and find him. And so let's just get straight to that. We're just going to go searching. I want to check around this back corner. And he's not there, so I'll get that piece of cork bag out now. I'm sorry if you do see shadows and stuff kicking around. There's that. Yep, he's not on that piece of cork bag. Nope, it's not on there. Let's get this open so you can just sort of see a bit clearer. That's the piece of cork bag. He should be under there, burrowed down. I'll get this water dish out because I am going to reuse this water dish. I have no idea how to do this, but I suppose it's just a case of go for it. What about if I just go? I'm hoping to start seeing some movement. Don't know, but it's stressing me out, so I need to get it out. I need to get it looked at and get him into this new enclosure. But oh, right, let me show you what I've just uncovered from lifting that out. Look at that. See if I can confirm my worst fears, because it does look like it's going to be like that, guys. Oh god, this doesn't look too good, mate. Doesn't look too good. Oh god. I'm just gonna actually, no, I'm not gonna actually do anything, but what I've found is legs and a body, which I'm not sure if it's a molt or what, but that exact hole just there, that really does creep all the way down that back corner. So we're just gonna have to keep digging and digging until we find something. Whoa, right, he's alive. Just seen legs, right. Oof, can you see a rump? Just there, right, yes. Right. Right. Let's see if I can catch him out of there. Right, what I'm gonna do is, I have no idea. Right then, I'm so happy he's alive. Get that there. Come on, no, wrong way. Don't know how well you can see it, guys. Yeah, she's definitely 100% she's had a molt. So yeah, this is the titty cow albipalossum. Come on, girl. Come on, you got your new home there. There you go. How amazing is she? So let me show you guys exactly what it is. Yes. So anyway, guys, that is straight into the hide. Exactly like we thought she would. This is what research does. It shows you exactly what's going to happen. That is the titty cow albipalossum.